Hi folks, Rachel here from Beads by Chill, bringing you another bead embroidery tutorial. So whether you're joining me live or whether you're joining me on the replay, as always, don't forget, give me a thumbs up and do pop me a note in the comments so I know you were present. So is going to be showing you how to put that extra special touch to your piece. So by that, what I mean is doing an edging around it. Now, an edging serves lots of purposes. Perhaps it's difficult to cover the white in the background. Also gives it a bit more 3D dimension as well. So this is one that I'm going to demonstrate on tonight. So that's just plain. And here I've done the edging on there, and it's really neat at the back. It's actually a stitch called Brit stitch, which I know some people can find quite challenging. So I'm hoping that if that's the case, I can change your mind on it. So this is another one. I'm in the middle of designing a queen bee bead embroidery. I'm not sure whether it's going to be a pendant or a brooch, but anyway, it's in the making still, but I wanted to show you how the edging makes a difference. So I've got the edging on my bee, and you can change the colours of the edging as you go. So I've got black edging here and gold edging around the wings. So I'm quite happy with that, but there's a few little tweaks I want to make before that one goes live. Now, I've got my size 10 beading needle. I've done a triple knot at the bottom, and I'm going to trim that down because I've got ultra suede backing on, I'm going to actually go in between the beads. So I want that knot to disappear. So it doesn't really matter where you start. So can you see I'm pushing that slightly through the ultra suede as well. So I'm going to pull that, and so there's our start. It doesn't matter where you start. Like I said, I'm using the powder blue. I've added on 2 seed beads, so you always start with 2 seed beads. I'm going to lay that across there like so. And you want to position your needle from the front to the back. So I'm pulling that so the two sit side by side. I'm hoping you can see that okay. And then I'm going to bring my needle under and up. So it sits flat. Now I'm going to add a single seed bead this time. And we're going to lay that flat. Just keep looking up to make sure I haven't gone off camera. So I'm going from the front, picking up some foundation, picking up a little bit of the ultra suede that I've already glued on, trying not to catch those tassels. And then when you've pulled that, you're going to go under and up. Now it's really important that you use that movement because otherwise your bead will not sit in the correct position. So I've just added that seed bead and I'm going under and up. So you can see how this is starting to develop a nice little edge. Still keeping an eye on whether or not I'm on camera. So I lie it to the side, push the needle through the foundation, through the back. I'm going to show you the back in a second. Surprisingly, you'd think that there was a lot of thread showing, but it's not the case. If you're doing a lot of bead embroidery, I would recommend that you invest in getting yourself a good selection of colours, because can you see the blue that I've got here just really complements it, whereas I think if I was using white, definitely not black, it wouldn't have such a nice effect. Now this last little bit is you also want it to fit but not overfill. So I'm going to zoom just in a little bit more on that last bit. So hopefully you can see the fact that we've just got a gap enough for one bead there. So what I'm going to do is do the last one as normal. And go up. Let's make sure I'm still on camera. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down, you see, down through that bead at the start, and also I'm just going to pick up a little bit of the foundation and bring the needle through the front. So what that does is it gets that to sit. Okay, now to tie it off, what I would suggest that the nicest way of doing it is to actually go through a couple of beads if you can. Now my hands are quite hot at the moment, but what I'd suggest you do is push your needle in between two beads, tie a knot, and perhaps do that in 1 to 2 places. Trim that with my scissors or with the thread zappers that you can use. So I'm just going to show you up close while I'm still zoomed in. So that is the effect that you've got with it sitting nicely all the way around. Now you'd expect to see stitching on the back. There is no stitching visible on that back. That's that one. That's just to reiterate, is the fact that you can still actually change the colour of the edging as you go, because obviously I don't think you'd want gold round here. So I hope you enjoyed that. So thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you all so much. Bye.